When I started this series, the thing I was thinking about is a bit of direction for this. When I started, it's cool that, we clone AI locally and we can, use it in coding, but I wanted like certain direction for where this was going. And I think I found that something fun to work on. So what I did was a sort of like AI Linux assistant that has a little bit of write access, in addition to, read access. The point is if whether experienced or new Linux user is, this tool might be just a little bit helpful. But to be honest, instead of just being a tool for others, I really honestly did this for myself as well, just as a fun experience, as a part of this series, and again as kind of that direction as to where we're going. So I thought that since this is the first, well, part 4 in the series, but the first part of this sort of application, the next parts will be on this as well and enhancing this further and further. So to show it off, I've packaged it, so I'll show you guys how to install it if you want to try it. I will warn though that just be careful. Make sure, as you can see, there's confirm action, reject, and stuff like that. Make sure no harmful commands are being run or anything like that. Just be smart about what you're trying to do if you actually want to play around with this. I tried to put in some security measures, like to avoid doing harmful commands or anything like that, but I hope that will catch most things if someone were to actually try. So there's a couple of features, but it's very basic for now. So features like identifying the package manager of a particular app, or finding where a particular file is in your system. Of course, these are all simple bash commands or commands you do in your terminal, but it's kind of, you can do it in plain English. So let's try something. I can say how much VRAM does my GPU. Well, let's start with what GPU do I have? Okay, and it says going to execute this command, so I'm going to confirm. Okay, let's see. So I have 3080 Ti. Okay, and so there's a command output and there's an interpretation of results. So now if I want to ask how much VRAM does my GPU have? I don't know if that's already in the output of this. I don't think it is, unless I'm missing it. Okay, confirm. All right, let's see. So I think there's 12 gigs. 12 gigs, yeah. Okay, so system information, opening applications. I know that's very simple. Open Zen browser. Oh, well, okay, never mind. Let's try that again. Open the Zen browser. Okay. All right, there you go. I think that might have something to do with playing around with prompting. That was something I was trying to learn. I mean, again, I'm very new to this, so that was something I was trying to learn. But I think the prompting that goes into this is a little bit interesting, and this uses Qwen 2.5 coder. I kind of chose that. I know that may not be the best for this kind of stuff, but I chose that since it was a very light model. I found that was the best light model for something like this. So very basic commands. What are you capable of? System information, file operations, creating files, finding permissions of files, things like that. Application launches, basic process management. Primary capability include system details, running commands, managing files, directories, and opening applications. So very basic stuff. But I thought, like, when I was doing this was a very fun experience, and I really look forward to working on this. Really, honestly, for myself. But if anyone wants to give this a shot along the way, please, try it out and let me know how it goes. And I've posted. So this is the sort of quote unquote packaged version. I've set up an initial GitHub link, but I need to really improve this to have the actual the full code base, so that like you guys can, if you actually want to play, like change the code and change it for yourself and, do your own stuff. So you can do that. But this is basically the script itself. That's what I have for now on GitHub. I just need to clean up my code and stuff, and then I'll put the full repo on here. But behind the scenes is that it's running this exact script right here. So I will say one other interesting thing before we wrap up is I did remember how in the previous portions I set up coding assistance with those models that we talked about. And I did try to use those to help me here, and I think that they worked out pretty well. So that was a pretty cool experience. If you'd like to set this up, I'll put this link in the description. You just need to download this zip file. And if you don't already have, you do need to have at least Python 3.8 and Olama installed. So regardless of the operating system that you have, just make sure those two are installed. I think that should be it. Extract the zip file that you have downloaded so I can show you guys here. So in a downloads directory, I open it. Yeah, right here. Once you have this, just extract it. It's best to extract it somewhere, outside, like for example, the downloads folder, so it doesn't get like accidentally deleted if you want to keep it. And once you extract it, just make sure you run the appropriate install file, whether that's, so for Linux, that would be the .sh file. For Windows, that would be the bat, I don't know how that's pronounced. I have not tried this on Windows or Mac, so I hope it works. I think it should work. I've only tried the bash script for installing. Just as simple as /install, and that should be good to go. And that's how you set it up, nice and easy. So yeah, I'm really glad with where this is headed. It's really cool to have this tool, even though like for me it's not very useful, but it's a very fun experience. And hopefully I'll keep improving this so that it is at one point, actually useful for me. I will say I would not know how to find it. Like I do not know this command, so I would not know how to find the I would end up Googling this. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this, watching this, and tune in for the next parts.